Good afternoon, good morning, everyone. Wherever you are, feel very, very, very welcome. My name is Seb. I'm one of the founders here at MeltingSpot. And today is a happy day because today we're unveiling one of our hottest features at MeltingSpot, and we are presenting our new learning agent to deliver learning in the flow of work. I'm very excited to demo this new feature to you. I'm going to introduce the topic and explain why learning in the flow of work is the new learning today. And after that, I'll be thrilled to demo our learning agent. So brace yourselves. We're going to be together for about half an hour. Feel free to ask any questions directly in the chat. I'll try and take all questions on the fly. Let's get cracking. Let me know if you can see my screen fine. Just give me a thumb up if you can. Let's start with this observation. We at MeltingSpot, we believe that every tool deserves a coach. We use softwares day in and day out. We use an average of 18 different softwares in our daily work operations. And so SaaS is everywhere. And training is required to try and master all those technologies. And essentially at MeltingSpot, we've delivered a training in over 500 different softwares, and we have over 2 million active users using our technology. And what we've experienced is that training is booming to try and master all this new technology. And this trend is accelerating with AI. AI is accelerating the pace of software adoption. People that didn't use software before are now using AI. There's a lot of agentic AI inside SaaS interfaces as well. So more and more software to master and to use, more complex interfaces as well. And yet, what we've experienced is that people have an average of 24 minutes of training time available per week. So we're not talking hours and hours of training, just 24 minutes, and not in one go, usually spread across the entire work week. So very little time. So if you want to deliver training, if you want to upskill your teams, if you're in L&D, or if you want to upskill your customers, if you're a SaaS editor, you need to be very sharp and deliver training with bite-sized content and not lengthy e-learning experiences. And what we've seen as well on the market is that less than 15% of e-learning modules are actually completed, which means that people don't want to learn with lengthy e-learning modules. They want to learn in the flow of work, quickly, bite-sized content, and as we'll see in a minute, conversational experiences as well. And there's a number backing this trend. Over 70% of skills are actually acquired in the field. And yet most training still happens in remote LMS solutions, in remote course libraries, far from the flow of work, far from the tools you use every day. If you're in finance, training needs to happen in your ERP or in your EPM. If you're in sales, needs to happen in your CRM. So that's why in-app learning is so important, and that's why we've decided to launch a learning agent able to be deployed in your different softwares. And so that's where our learning agent lives inside your everyday tools. And this makes a whole lot of difference, and it really makes MeltingSpot a unique proposition. Here's essentially the characteristics of our hot new learning agent. We also call it our AI coach. First off, it's in-app, as I just mentioned. Training needs to happen in the flow of work, which means in the tools you use every day. It's also conversational. Remember those 24 minutes of training available per week. This is very little time, and training needs to be as easy as speaking with someone. You're speaking with your coach, your teacher, and asking them, how should I do this? And you want the answer right away. You don't want to read lengthy articles or e-learning modules. Thirdly, training needs to be proactive. You don't want to wait up until you're stuck to be explained something. So training needs to happen as you try and master a particular workflow, as you try and perform a task in your everyday work, so in a proactive manner. It also needs to be personalized. Not everyone uses the CRM or the ERP in one single way, depending on the team you're in, depending on how long you've been with the organization, depending on the kind of profile you use or permissions you have in the tool. You need to be presented with different content, different guidance, different learning experiences altogether. And also, whatever learning solution you use, whatever in-app learning solution you use, it needs to be cross-platform. You can't be using Salesforce Coach inside Salesforce and then SAP Coach inside SAP. And then your learning agent needs to know you and guide you across the different platforms that you use. It needs to be one tool for any platforms that your teams or your clients use for their everyday work. So that's really how we believe in-app learning needs to be delivered. And those are certainly the characteristics of our new learning agent. Hope everything's fine up to that point. Feel free to, again, interrupt, ask questions. I'll be happy to take them. You probably have different roles. Our tool addresses a wide audience, but we've come up with three main use cases that MeltingSpot is designed for. The first use case is digital CS manager. That's what our agent is. If you are a SaaS editor and you're looking for a way to deliver customer success in an effective, cost-efficient way, rather than hiring customer success managers to hold your customers' hands and to onboard them in a manual way, you can use our learning agent to deliver digital customer success and have this experience embedded inside your SaaS. Typically, when a new user signs up, before they get stuck, the MeltingSpot agent will guide them, welcome them, guide them, ask the right questions, provide the right answers, and why not push the right content upon their first time login, for example. So great for onboarding. Second use case, you work at a large corporate, you're in change management, you want to hire a digital change manager. And that's what MeltingSpot is for you. Essentially, a new person on your team able to support your staff with a new SaaS product. So if you're deploying a large enterprise SaaS like a CRM or an ERP or an AI tool or an EPM or an HRIS, and you want to provide change management around this new project, you can use MeltingSpot as the layer that helps drive adoption and make it stick over time. The problem of change management organizations usually is that they offer a lot of support during go live and a few weeks after go live, but then support wanes, and yet teams still need support down the track when there's new joiners or when there's a new, a new Salesforce module comes up, and you want that digital change manager to step in and support your teams right in their flow of work as these new features arise in your stack. So this is use case 2. So if you're in change management, bear with me and pay attention. MeltingSpot is designed for you. Thirdly, if you're in learning and development, if you look after training across your organization, you may want to consider our learning agent to deliver all your great learning materials inside the tools they work in every day. So if you want to deliver sales training, use MeltingSpot to have that great training delivered in the CRM. If you want to deliver legal or tax training, have it delivered in the ERP to your finance and legal teams. If you're in L&D, this presentation is also for you. Hope that's clear. In terms of what this learning agent looks like, I'm going to take you through a demo of our tool. I've used a complex enterprise software as a demo environment. Let me fire up this demo. Hopefully you can see my screen fine. Let me check that. I think we're good. This is a Salesforce instance. Great tool, complex tool. A lot of support needed. One way to go about it is to hire a team of change managers, have training delivered on site repeatedly, train some trainers with the train the trainers technology, train the trainers strategy, sorry. So like very costly, very time consuming, not really scalable. The other way to go about delivering change management across a Salesforce rollout is to use this learning agent, which looks like this little avatar down the track. So I'll explain how MeltingSpot is deployed, but essentially it's a very easy script or browser extension that needs to be downloaded on the devices of your teams. And then the coach will be there, the learning agent will be there. You can have it customized to your branding, can be bigger, smaller, different colors, different shapes, but essentially it's there. And let's see it in action. I just logged into Salesforce. I'm brand new on the sales team. Here, my coach, my learning agent will poke me, will say hi, and introduce themselves. Here it's called Melty, but you can call it whatever you want as an admin. And we'll explain what I need to do to get started with Salesforce. And there's a number of different learning experiences that can be natively delivered in MeltingSpot. This is the most advanced one, like a structured learning journey. You can create your own e-learning courses. We have our own LMS module in MeltingSpot. So you can go down the very structured way and deliver training like this with text, photos, videos, even quizzes to gamify the experience. You can also simply push articles or even just messages. But what's important is with any action from the coach at any point in time, your users, your teams can ask questions to the coach. And then, I'm not sure about what you just said. Can you please explain how to issue a purchase order? And the coach will respond based on all the context that you've provided upon configuring the coach. And that context can be your knowledge base or your SharePoint folder, any useful information that you have added as context to the coach, and that will be used to answer questions accurately. That's the first experience. At any point in time, your teams can proactively reach out to the coach and ask a question. So you don't have to wait until the coach interrupts, until the coach waves. You can ask a question to the coach directly. Speaking of waving, when using the tool, sometimes the coach will wave so as not to interrupt, but just to give a nudge to your users and tell them, hey, in case you're stuck, there's something that might be useful there. And you can use webinars as a different learning experience, another one of the formats that we support natively. So I mentioned e-learning modules. You can also host webinars with MeltingSpot. Those webinars will be delivered right inside the tool. No need to share a link via email that will be stuck in the spam box, or people like simply lose the link. No need to use Zoom or Teams. Everything happens in the flow of work in the tool that your teams are using or that your users are using. So a great tool to engage, train in a lively manner with a live format, synchronous format where people can ask questions and grab answers immediately right away. So those are the kind of experiences that you can deliver using our coach. Let me show you how this works on the admin side. So most digital adoption platforms are very, very hard to deploy. They take up a lot of resources even to maintain. With MeltingSpot, all you need to do is download the MeltingSpot for Admins extension in the Chrome Web Store or the Edge Web Store. And once that extension is downloaded, you can simply open your favorite tool. The extension will add this extra menu down the bottom, and you can go, okay, you can go on that page, creates a lot of friction. Like, for example, if I'm in sales, creating my first opportunity can be daunting. I'm not too sure what to put in there. What you do is you go to that page as an admin, and you go, okay, I want to provide guidance here, and I want to add to designate an area on the page which I know will cause issues. Here, I want to explain how to use dashboards on this page. I can prompt my training, my learning agent on what it is I want them to do with my users. I want my agent to support my users with dashboards. So I'll type in this. I'll describe the intention here. Here, what I'm doing is I'm creating an intent, which is an action from the coach, and I'm prompting my agent to explain what I want them to do. I can create my intent. So I chose a hotspot on my screen, which I know creates a lot of friction. I create an intent. I want my coach to proactively explain how dashboards work, sorry. And I can add content to support the explanation if I think it's relevant. Here, what I do is I'll simply add a small video tutorial. I can save it as a draft. And lastly, I can choose which audience I want to target with this specific intent, specific learning experience. Here, let's say I want to only target new salespeople in Salesforce, and new salespeople in my team, so that have been with me less than 90 days, with the company less than 90 days. And all I have to do now is publish my intent. As you can see, no code, no dev. I don't have to speak with any tech people. If I'm in customer success at a SaaS company, if I'm a change manager, if I'm an L&D specialist, I can manage MeltingSpot. I can create experiences. I can maintain the MeltingSpot platform independently without any technical resource. And on the user side, if I go to that page and I hover over the dashboard block, I'll see the video that I just configured. So it's already live on the user side, and my users can still ask questions after they view the video, and they can keep engaging with the coach. If I find that that an explanation from my coach is not helpful, the coach can fall back on one of two fallbacks. One is point to a user forum, as in, okay, if this doesn't help, speak with humans in your organization or using the same tool as you, and you might find an answer there. Or you can also direct them to a one-on-one conversation with someone from the admin team. So one of the customer success managers of the SaaS, if you're in SaaS, one of the change managers if you're in change management at a corporate, or one of the L&D team if you're running L&D programs. So that's how it works from a back office perspective. MeltingSpot comes with a lot of back office functionalities and native authoring capabilities. You can create your own webinars, you can create your own courses or your own learning path with mixing up different formats. You can create your discussion forums, create your knowledge bases, add your own documents there. Everything is natively available. This is the end of the demo in itself. Let me check questions, make sure I'm not missing out on any of those questions. If not, I'll make sure I answer you after the presentation. Let me go back to now that you've seen the tool in action. If you're interested, bear with me. At the end of this talk, I will send a link that you can use to request your access and test out our solution. There's a special summer offer coming up. Before then, I want to quickly talk through how this tool is deployed. Essentially, you don't have to go big bang and roll out MeltingSpot with the wide number of intents, actions, a lot of content. You can really start small and expand with proof as you go. Typically, what we recommend our users do is first identify maybe 1 or 2 friction points or specific areas in a software or specific training programs that you want to prioritize, and configure your coach. So create a few intents, maybe 1, 2, or 3 intents. In a few hours, your intents will be deployed via a JSON snippet, JavaScript, snippet, or browser extension, depending on whether you have control over the software. If you're a SaaS editor, you'll be simply pasting some JavaScript code in your code base. If you use off-the-shelf enterprise softwares like Salesforce, SAP, ServiceNow, and whatnot, then you don't have control over the code base, so you will push a browser extension so that on the user side, your coach becomes visible. You can then measure, make sure that your software is used in a better way, or the knowledge that you're trying to deliver has been acquired, and you can then expand and create new intents, as we call them, so new actions from the coach, new areas of a particular software, new workflows that you want to support with training using your agent. So start small and expand. Last but not least, I'm glad that you stayed with me, because we're very excited to offer a free trial offer. Not something that we've done a lot in the past. That we've been operating with MeltingSpot for over 5 years. There's been very rare occasions where we were able to offer a solution free of charge. This will be the case for a few weeks this summer. So if you want to test it out, if you're in SaaS and customer success and you want to try our digital CS offering, if you're in change management and there's a big project coming up with a new CRM, new ERP that's being rolled out, and you want extra help from a change management perspective, or if you're in L&D, if you feel that this learning agent could really help move the needle and improve your team efficiency, raise your hand and request access. Let me paste the access link directly in the conversation, so you can try our solution for up to a month. So pushing this now. There we go. Pushing this in the chat now. Cool. So hit this request access link, and we'll give you an access so you can test it out. We're really keen to hear your feedback. So whether you're new to this kind of technology, or whether you've been using agents and AI consistently in the last few years, we're really keen to hear from you. So feel free to drop us a line at Benoit at meltingspot.io or Sebastian at meltingspot.io, and we'll respond. So hope you enjoyed this presentation. I'm keen to hear from you, and hopefully this new agent really helps you make a difference with your learning goals wherever you are. And look forward to hearing from you. Enjoy the rest of your day wherever you are, and thanks for your attention.